I'm Jay Madaw. I'm the director of Live in Kingston that's at this year's Kingston Canadian Film Festival. Live in Kingston it's a hybrid multi-venue concert film and scripted comedy. So there's a plot, like any other comedy, and the characters in our story go to 12 local music shows in 6 nights, and when they're at the shows, we see a local Kingston band play a song, and then that's when it turns into the concert film. Our characters are college radio DJs at a fictionalized sort of version of CFRC called KFRC, and their radio show involves them going to see local bands play, and so they do interviews with the bands, and those are in the film, and then we see performances of the band, and then the characters, the plot is that they take those shows back to the station and do their radio show, and so we see them doing the radio show. So I wrote the script for Live in Kingston about 5 years ago. And then my wife and I had a third child, and I forgot about it completely. And then I shot a music video for the band The Gertrudes, a great Kingston band. And afterwards, Greg Tilson, who's one of the Gertrudes, asked me, do you have any other video ideas we could do together? And I remembered this project, and Greg runs and helps run Skeleton Park Arts Festival. I'm like, you might be the perfect person to do this, because you know all the local bands and the venues, and you're connected. I pitched the idea to him, and I gave him the script, and he read it, and he liked it. And then he pitched it to Jason McMillan and Anna Sudak, two of our actors, and they liked it and they came on board. And he also sent it to Mariah Horner, she runs our social media, but she was a script editor originally, and so that was sort of the core team. And then the most important person, Matt Rogalski, is our sound recorder. So when we see the bands play at the venues, we're not listening to the recordings of them, we're listening to live recordings that Matt has recorded at those individual venues. Yeah, I moved here in 2003, and I know even like a few days after I moved here, I think I played at a show filling in as a drummer for like friends of my wife. They needed a drummer, and I was immediately in a band. And I think that's there's just musicians everywhere downtown. If even, on my street, there's like 5 musicians, and they're just everywhere. So there's so many shows going on all the time. And there's so many great venues, and we were able to film at 12 of them, which like having 12 live music venues downtown is pretty amazing. And then the bands, like it was like just a joy to hear their music and to have it in the movie and use it. The festival was hugely supportive of our project. They came on as a production partner very early on. We went and talked to Mark, and that's one of those meetings that I talked about that went as well as a meeting could go, and he's like, yes. He knew my work, and he knew Greg, and he knew Josh Lyon, who's one of our other producers, and he was just like, yeah, you guys make great stuff, you can be at the festival. And just having that, so when we approached venues, when we approached bands, we could be like, we're going to be at this film festival. And the fact that the film festival has the notoriety it has was so supportive, like to our production. It just meant everyone knew we were real and we were serious, and that they would, that this exposure we were offering them was real and genuine, and having that for local films is so helpful for the scene.